But for those that doesn't know me, my name is Senator Kabiru Garba Marafa, and I am the coordinator of Tinubu Presidential Campaign Council in Zamfara State, and with me are members of the executive of the Presidential Campaign Council in Zamfara State that work tirelessly towards the achievement of our noble goal, that is the election of Tinubu and the Shetima, for which we recorded one of the best performances in the country.
The office, this is not how we left this office. What happened?
Well, again, for those that didn't know, this office complex was commissioned by Aswaji himself when he came to Zamfara for his presidential campaign rally. And we went around, and at a point here, he said that he believed us that this is one of the best, if not the best, office complex in the country, well equipped, with state-of-the-art facilities, furniture, and everything. And after the elections of the 18th of March 2023, that is the gubernatorial campaign election, results were declared on Monday, I think, is it 21st? 21st, yes, around 4 a.m. And to the glory of God, PDP was declared winner of the gubernatorial elections in Zamfara State, which is normal. If you go into any contest, one is going to win and the other is going to lose. And by morning, we had calls that our office complex is being vandalized, or our office complexes. And in the last 2 hours, we've been going around. We had 3 state-of-the-art offices in the state, all courtesy of our able members that put in efforts, including the Northwest coordinator in person of the governor of the state, Bello Muhammad Maradi. But what baffles everybody is the level of damage that we witness here. And most baffling is the fact that we won presidential elections in the country, and that calls for bigger celebration. And in Zamfara, not only winning the presidential elections, but we also gave one of the highest contributions to the success of the president-elect and his deputy. And we did celebrate it. And another thing is, APC is still in power in Zamfara, as at the time of the declaration of the presidential election and today. But not even a single signboard of PDP or any other political party was broken. Nothing. I repeat, we won the presidential election, which calls for bigger celebration. 37 times than what they did, because the president won the whole country. And we have 36 states plus Abuja, that is 37. But not a single person was touched. But in Zamfara, now violence was unleashed to innocent people of our party. 2 people, is it 2 or 4? I learned 2 people, I saw corpses of 2 people. 2 people were killed, offices vandalized, windows removed, burglars removed, air conditioners removed, furniture removed, carpet removed, zinc removed. Windows were removed, burglar proofs removed, toilet seats removed, even tiles in the toilet. So I cannot understand. What are we talking about? We thought that PDP is going to give bigger glory to God. Having won in a state where APC is in control. So what you ought to show is you show greater responsibility, show greater difference, that this is the type of government that we promise to give you, that is different from what is obtained on the ground. But what we are seeing today, or what we have seen, is complete reverse of what ought to be in place. So I think this is a very, very bad precedent, and all of us in the PCC Zamfara State condemned this dastardly act, this heinous crime, because this is a serious crime. From here, I'm going to visit the Commissioner of Police and invite him to come and take on the spot assessment. And I want to use this medium to call on the leadership of PDP, who up till this moment didn't deem it necessary to issue a statement condemning this dastardly act and promising at least maybe to come and do the needful about this damage. I don't know why, but we are going to hold a meeting after this visitation, including the CP, and we will come up with a formal statement on the next step forward. But yes.
Can you approximate the monetary value of the properties damaged across the three campaign offices?
Well, I think I will leave. I think I will leave that to the expert to come and do. But let me put it on record. Like in Leyland office, we have tons and tons of maize flour bags, which is everybody knows us with since when I was in the Senate. I distribute food items to less privileged and IDPs on a monthly basis, and it runs in millions of naira. And I didn't stop that, and during the campaign, we understand part of the problems we have in the state, that of the IDPs and so on. So we have tons and tons of flour maize. We have rice. As at the time of the announcement of the elections, I think we have over 1,000 bags of rice, and we have belts of wrappers that we give less privileged people. Like I said, anybody that is in Zamfara knows that is my style of leadership. I've been doing it for over 10 years now. We have belts of brocade, cheddar brocade for men and everything. Then, looking at the buildings, I think I will leave quantity surveyors across the country to assess and to see how much will this building cost. And the other one we have visited in Leyland, and many others that we could not even visit. The office complex of Senator Hassan Daiya, the present senator representing Western Zone, is totally vandalized, reduced to rubble. Our Tinubu support group's office in Tudunwada, belonging to the commissioner, one of the commissioners in the state, Alhaji Abdullahi's bureau, totally condemned, reduced to rubble. All the distance are removed. The office of former member of House of Representatives and House of Representatives member-elect presently, Aminu Sani Jaji, also reduced to nothing. One of our ally and Babangida Abdullahi, his house was reduced to rubble. 2 people killed in the house in the process of looting the house. Another office by Gusau Hotel belonging to Right Honorable former Speaker and Chief of Staff to the present Speaker of Federal House of Representatives, Alhaji Sanusi Garba Kiji, reduced to nothing. So one cannot ascertain the level of damage. And my concern is this. If this is what we are going to suggest to our team and supporters, that means every 4 years we are going to bring the state to its knees after the declaration of gubernatorial elections. And I think that is quite unacceptable. And something needs to be done, to arrest that situation.
Distinguished, looking at the level of damage, will you say that the PDP agency has failed in its responsibility in protecting?
I would not want to say that when we are going around, an army major came in to greet me and to tell me how they battle the hoodlums, to prevent them from setting the place on fire. And I also corroborated that since the morning of that day. A medical doctor coming out of, Federal Medical Center that is just some few meters away from here, called me around 5:30 a.m. or 6 and told me that, sir, sorry to call you by this hour, but people gathered around the Tinubu office and they are trying to set it on fire. So that it is not set on fire, is a testimony to the fact that the army has come to do something. That is one. 2, don't forget that was the day the election was declared. And don't forget the election was declared against the state sitting government in the state. So all the security personnel, I think, were deployed because I was there. I even went to INEC myself. All the security personnel were busy, trying to cordon the area, to prevent any breakdown of law and order around the declaration center. So if they cannot handle, the entire city, I think they can be excused here and there. But looking at the type of destruction and where it is limited, because He that removes roofing sheet, removes POP, removes everything, can set everything. He can do worse than it. Maybe they would have reduced the place to near rubbles. Yes.
Finally,
Yes, sir.
what's your appeal to traditional and religious leaders, even political leaders, to ensure such thing doesn't repeat itself in subsequent elections, and also an appeal to your members and supporters in order not to go for revenge?
Well, for revenge, I'm sure we will try our best because, like I told you, our members have shown great responsibility because 3 weeks before that, we won the presidential elections. And that called for serious celebration, serious, very, very serious celebration. So we would have done maybe like 37 times what you are seeing today, and nothing happened. So I think members of the APC in the state have shown great maturity and responsibility. So I'm sure they will not take the law into their hands. As for members of the PDP that did this, I think they need to sit up, they need to do the needful, because like I've always said, we all know ourselves, we all know our individual capacities, we all know what we can do, we all know that nobody has monopoly of violence. But you don't, a good citizen doesn't unleash violence on his own people. You go out and show your strength outside, not at home. So the call is not on religious people per se. I will call on the political leadership, you know, to call their people to order. Because just from 1999 to date, we have seen a lot. In 1999, Yerimo won against the PDP, where all the big shots in Zamfara were housed. Everybody that of substance, was in PDP. Yerimo won. This didn't happen. He did his 8 years, and Mahmoud came in, and Mahmoud lost the election. This didn't happen. After him, Yari came in, he did 8 years, and he lost woefully. And this didn't happen. PDP was given power, you know, on almost a platter of gold by Supreme Court. 4 days to swearing in of a new cabinet. Supreme Court said, no, this is the party that should take over. And they took over, and nothing happened. Now, Matawale has just finished his 4 years now, and God says that it is not him, it's PDP. And we all accept it. So it is quite, it's quite unfortunate for somebody who God has blessed this way, you know, to do this kind of thing. It's a recipe for failure. God is not anybody's friend, though. God is not anybody's equal, though. Yawa. The very God that gave them this power can punish them in his own way. You can't do this. It's ungodly. This is the highest time when the PDP is supposed to show appreciation to God. Because what happens to them is from God. So, and this is not the best way to show appreciation, even to a human being, talk less of God that gives you this kind of privilege. It's much more than that. So, I am calling on them, I know them, and I know quite a few of them, and I know their mindset and who they are. I am calling on them to come out and condemn this ungodly act, and to come out with statements that will reassure the people of Zamfara State that they are not coming on vindictive mission in the state. I'm calling on them to come and take assessment of what happened and make preparations to pay people, you know, the damages caused them. The families of those that lost their lives should equally be paid compensations and necessary steps put in place. And the governor-elect should come out to condemn this and call on people to stop this, because if this trend continues, then every 4 years is going to witness a more devastating events like this. And one day, the whole of the South town, you know, will be wiped out by this kind of nonsense. So I don't support it, and I don't encourage it to continue, because nobody knows 2027's victory. Nobody knows. Yes, nobody anticipated that APC was going to lose election, but they lost. So in the same way, 2027 can bring up a surpriser. And what is going to happen? There are members who should be killed because of losing election? No. We should not do that, please. Thank you so much.
Ga Mai Biredi TV, Mai Biredi TV, ga Mai Biredi TV, faɗakarwa nishaɗi, sai Mai Biredi TV. Gagara gasa online TV, Mai Biredi TV, gidan TV mai faɗakarwa, tare da nishaɗantarwa.